I guess, our second press conference about our baseball program in less than a week. I want to acknowledge our whole team that's behind this, whatever we call this wall, but this perforated wall. Y'all can't see them. There's not enough room in our studio here for everybody, but they're here to support Coach Elander. I'll start off by thanking Tony Vitello once again on everything he built for this program. We have the dominant program in college baseball, and when he came here 8 years ago, as we all know, that wasn't the case. Opening up a new $109 million ballpark this season, sold out already, and it has been sold out. Lindsey Nelson Field has been sold out for the last few years because of his hard work and everything that we've built and accomplished together. So excited for Tony and his opportunity, and congrats to him again. I also want to thank Frank Anderson for his work as our interim head coach. Short stint. Had no idea how long that would be needed, but it was important for our team to have leadership, and important for Josh to be able to focus on, I think, would be the biggest interview of his life, and one that he certainly excelled at. Want to thank our committee. My staff, those that work most closely with our baseball program and will continue to in supporting our baseball staff and our student athletes. And also Todd Helton was a great sounding board through the process. Tony kept me informed throughout this. His process with the Giants. So I've been preparing for this since the third Saturday in October, when I thought it would be a little more real. Still didn't know. He obviously hadn't made a decision, but with the unique timing in college baseball, we knew we needed to be prepared if he did make that decision. And so we were. We've been vetting the top candidates in the country. And narrowing that list pretty significantly when you consider our standard as a program, what we've accomplished. It would take a special person to come in here, and we had some really special leaders that have accomplished a lot in baseball, in college baseball as coaches. Before I started any interviews, I needed to meet with our student athlete group. Y'all have heard me talk about that before. The first thing we did with the team, we did a quick Zoom to make it easier for them. They'd already finished up at the building, but asked them to vote on a leadership group. We had a great, productive meeting, helped me understand where they were seeing things from their perspective, very positive. I won't get into the detail of that meeting, but it was all extremely positive, as you'd expect. When we're having the kind of success that we're having, we have a really positive culture. Kids are having fun, and we're winning at a really high level. We had a couple of options. We could have continued with an interim and had a ton of confidence in Coach Anderson to do that for us, and the staff to keep things in place, and to do a search at a more traditional time in the spring, or we could make a long-term permanent hire to establish a foundation for the future for our baseball program. And that's ultimately the decision that we made. No matter who we hired, if it wasn't an interim capacity, it was a long-term decision, and with a 5-year contract like we do for all of our head coaches. It's not a secret. I'll be introducing here shortly our new head coach, Josh Elander. A couple highlights that we should all know about, but because you all know Josh and you know our program, so I'm going to pretend like I'm introducing somebody new to Vol Nation. I'm going to be introducing the recruiting coordinator and hitting coach for the last 8 years of the most successful program in college baseball. Under his leadership and tutelage, our program has had an NCAA leading 695 home runs. We've led the country in runs and home runs in 2022 and 2024. We are the first and only SEC team to ever win 60 games in a season. We've been to 5 Supers in the last 5 years, 3 trips to Omaha that we're all very familiar with and fond of over the last 5 years. Josh has coached 27 players that have been drafted that he's worked directly with, 6 first-rounders, and obviously the 2024 National Championship. I'm extremely confident in his leadership and his ability to continue the success we've been having and to continue to build on it, to continue our dominance as the best baseball program in the country. Couldn't be more proud to introduce your new head coach, the head coach of our Tennessee Volunteers baseball program, Josh Elander.
Good morning. Appreciate everybody being here today. Pretty cool to see all the familiar faces in this room. Just want to start by thanking all the players. Hopefully you guys aren't missing class right now to be here. And then before we get into this, anything happened this last week around here? Any changes or anything? But in all seriousness, I want to start by acknowledging our leadership and administration, Chancellor Plowman, Danny White, our athletics director, Alicia Longworth, Marshall Seward, Tyler Johnson, Randy Boyd. This is one of the best universities in all of college sports, and I truly believe we have the best people leading us into the next phase of Tennessee baseball. I'm thankful for how this process played out as well. To be able to go through the interview process, to have to compete is the only thing I wanted to ask for, because I just wanted one more day with the guys that we had in the building. So I'm so thankful it played out in that way, and it's an honor and privilege to stand here as a new head coach of Tennessee baseball. The last few days have been a whirlwind, but the last two specifically, gratitude's been the main word. I'm so thankful for all the people that have made it possible. A lot of them are standing in this room or right in front of me right here. I do want to thank some former players. I could literally go 35 minutes on this, but Chris Burke has been above and beyond the last few days. Luke Hochaver, again, one of the best human beings I've ever been around. Blake Burke, Drew Beam, Jordan Beck, Connor Pavoloni, Ricky Martinez. I could go on and on. Simo Gilbert. You guys are family to me, and you guys are the only reason I'm standing right here. And this program will always belong to you. So please come back. I can't wait to see you guys, and just love you guys from the bottom of my heart. To our current players, that moment last week going in the room when it was finally announced as being the head coach, I can really not even put it into words. It's something that I'll never forget the rest of my life. I can't wait to go to battle with you guys this spring, but I'm so impressed with the professionalism and how you guys handled the challenges of last week. To our future players, I appreciate you sticking with us the last week. I know change can be hard, but this is an incredible opportunity. We have one of the best staffs in college baseball and some of the best people that do what they do. I can't wait for them to be able to coach you, and I can't wait to go to battle with you guys very, very, very soon. To our current staff, Frank the Tank, father figure, we all love you, undefeated as interim head coach in the SEC. It's a good start. Ross, my right-hand man, Q, family, always have been, known you since I was a kid. Ricky, Ren, Stove, Woody, Megan, Lowe, I could go on and on. You guys are the people that make this place great, and you make our players better every day. I can't wait to continue working with all of you. To my previous coaches, I'm going to start with Jim Schlossnagel, my collegiate head coach. I learned so much from you, discipline, habits, and standards, what it takes to win, but just to be selfless, have incredible energy, and seek excellence in everything that you do. I've always learned that from you, and I can't wait to share that with our players as well. To Dave Van Horn, for the invitation to the SEC to learn how to be a phenomenal head coach, but also be an amazing family man. That is something that'll be a big part of the rest of my life as a coach, because I love these three little monsters right here in front of us. To Randy Mazey, Bill Mosiello, Todd Whitting, and Pat Loader, who's no longer with us, to learn the X's and O's from you guys. I can't wait to share that with the knowledge and the things that basically I had so much fun learning and getting better of the fundamentals and mastering those deals with our players. That will always be a part of any program that we're associated with moving forward. And then Tony V. A lot of ways I could go with this. But man, a lot of great memories, a lot of wins, a lot of running around on the road, a lot of dreaming to make this place something great. And I really believe our staff did that together. I'm so excited for you, man. I can't wait to see you win a World Series. But thank you for taking a chance on me and showing me what it means to leave your soul in the game. I hope our players always feel that way as well. To my parents, Robert and Chris, who are holding it down in Texas today, I love you. So grateful for all the time at the baseball field, for your firm and fair parenting, and an incredible example of what it means to have a loving marriage. To my brothers and sisters, Chase, Shannon, and Lauren, hope Texas is treating you well. Sorry for all the times we had to go to baseball fields in the summer, but I can't wait for y'all to see the new Lindsey Nelson Stadium this spring. And to my wife, Brittany, the best teammate I've ever had in my whole life. We always talked about making sacrifices with our children to show them that they could be part of something bigger than themselves. I know I've missed some stuff along the way. I can't wait for our kids to continue to experience the magic of Rocky Top. AJ, I love you guys. Changing gears a little bit. Sorry. We're here to keep this thing going. I know Coach Kiv is our Twitter monster, so follow his stuff, but we're going to keep this thing going. I love these people in this building. I love this roster. I mean, we talked about in the scrimmage yesterday, the crispness, the high-level prospects, the fundamentals. It's in the building right now. We don't have to hunt that down. I really believe in our recruiting classes and the people that are on the way, but we also have a great respect of this league and what winning requires in this league. We've been in here a long time now, and we're excited for the challenge that's to come. We're just going to continue to have great habits and processes to continue to improve. And for the players here, let's finish this fall well together. 3 expectations I have going forward, and this is nothing new for our players. We want to recruit and develop at the highest level. Objectively, we've done that better than any program since COVID. I'm excited for that to continue with the people in the room that make this possible. I want our guys to prepare like professionals and go compete like champions. I want them to be on the hunt. I want them to push the line between aggressive and reckless. And know regardless of how it plays out, that we'll have their back regardless. And I want them to crave competition. If you want to play in the SEC, you better love to compete. It's getting more, it's tough, the razor-thin margin of error. But our guys signed up because they want to be the best and they want to beat the best. And I can't wait to go to battle with you guys this spring. To Vol Nation, the best fan base in all of college sports. I just can't get over all the years traveling, being in the airport, someone saying, hey, go Vols, as I got my backpack on a recruiting trip, or being on the beach in Mexico with my wife last year, someone says, hey, go Vols from across the way. To feel the power of the Power T and what the volunteer state means, I will never take that for granted. I'm so excited for our kids to open the new Lindsey Nelson Stadium, but also going to TBA and the softball games and Neyland Stadium. This is a one-of-a-kind fan base, and you guys make this place special, and we're really going to need you this spring. I can't wait to see you guys out there. And feel free to welcome the opposing teams in Knoxville the right way. In closing, 9 years ago, I got this job. Tony called. I went on the road basically immediately, never went back to the place that I rented in Arkansas. And running around recruiting, doing a bunch of deals. But when I got here finally for our first visit, when we were running a kid around, there was a welcome packet on my desk. Had a bunch of different things. But the main thing I took out of that, I just took some scissors and cut it out. It was a quote from Pat Summitt. It's been hanging in my office for 9 years, and it ain't going anywhere. That quote is, here's how I'm going to beat you. I'm going to outwork you. That's it. That's all there is to it. I cannot wait to see what our staff, players, and Vol Nation can accomplish together in the future. Thank you, guys, and go Vols.
Questions now, please raise your hand and we will get a microphone to you. Eric, we'll start with you.
Josh, first and foremost, congratulations. Can you walk us through kind of what this last week was for you? I know it was kind of a whirlwind. And then when you got the news that you did get the job, kind of what were those emotions like?
Yeah, it was all over the place. I mean, the way it went down with Tony, again, we were so focused on the fall and getting better. I think we've always been trying to say what is essential and what is not, how we focused on what's important. And we're in a very important period of the fall right now. But the emotions were crazy, I think, for all the staff. I think we have a genuine rooted love for this university. And it was scary, just to be very honest with you. But I want to be crystal clear, we're all thrilled for Tony Vitello. What an amazing opportunity to do something that's never been done before. His fingerprints will always be on this program. But to be able to earn the job and to be able to walk in and see these guys and that moment I had with them, I'll never forget. But just really excited for the future, but honestly grateful and thankful because when you're looking at, hey, maybe not being able to wear that Power T anymore, it's a pretty scary feeling, to be honest.
Well, Mike next.
Congrats. What are the things that going through that interview process you wanted to impress upon that committee, and what were the things you felt like you were able to display that you can do as a head coach differently?
Right. Well, I think I just wanted to be myself. I reached out to some of my mentors in the game, and again, just want to be myself. I didn't want to try to push some crazy narrative or have the arrogance that I have to put my stamp on this program. This program will always be about the players, develop them the right way, but just really just highlighting the systems, whether it be the habits of the players we have, the recruiting relationships that we have, and how that can continue to just get better and better as we go with the people that are in this building.
So Ben, Austin, and then Ryan all on this row here.
Josh, congratulations. You mentioned in your remarks to the team when it was announced over the weekend that you all had the opportunity to put your own little stamp on the program going forward. What do you feel like that looks like, your own little stamp on what you all have built?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, my focus has essentially been connecting with all the recruits, making sure they're in a good spot, taking care of our players and finishing the fall. Like, for me, it's, hey, how do we get through this period that we have that's a limited time based on the NCAA rules, and how do we get better? And I think big picture stuff we'll get with our staff, and I'll lean on them and administration. We just want a team to be able to communicate like champs across the board. That's our focus moving forward. But again, like any kind of notion, I have to put my stamp on something like this now. This is an organic, sustainable culture that's been built over a long period of time, and we truly, truly believe in that. And the players are the ones who make that possible and hold those standards every day.
Austin?
Josh, two things. What was the phone call like to your mom and dad? And then two, in talking to players and talking to your mom and dad, they talk about, you having kind of like this really dry, funny sense of humor that maybe people don't get to see because you got the helmet on and the beard, which no longer exists. Who is the man behind the beard?
I think I'm a father first in everything that I do. I love my family, but anybody that commits to play at Tennessee, there needs to be a trust that we'll take care of their kids, right? But who am I? I love the game of baseball. I love the intricacies of the X's and O's and the fundamentals and trying to dominate the average play, but also what works over the course of 56 and what winning requires in this league. It's not easy. I've made some mistakes, plenty of them, over the last 9 years in this league, in recruiting or on the field, but I think puts us all in a better position moving forward. But again, this day is not about me. This is about this program and what we've accomplished, about these players. I can't wait for you to see my guy Blaine Brown go deep, or Henry Ford put a hole in the scoreboard yesterday. The next 100-mile-an-hour arm, it'll always be about these guys, and that's where. Mom and Dad, yeah, no, it's love my parents more than anything. Honestly, I've never expected the chaos on the phone. I wasn't ready for that. I'm going to make it a priority to get back with everybody as all this plays out. But my parents, they've just been so incredibly supportive. They were actually here this last weekend, help us hold down the fort with the little ones. So I'm just excited to share that moment with them. But they've always been so supportive, and I'm so thankful I wouldn't be standing here without them today.
How do you balance moving into a little bit more of a program running role while also leaning on the things that have made you a really good assistant coach?
That's a great question. I think I have to lean on my staff and lean on the administration for some help in this change. I'm not going to act like I have it all figured out immediately. In conversations I've had with recruits, I've been very adamant that I'm still planning on coaching third base, being in the cage, grinding with the guys on the hitting side, whether it be prep with Stovall and Ross and Ricky and how we go about this deal. Just told these guys, hey, anything big picture, let's just finish this fall at a high level. But with the staff, obviously, there's an open position. My focus is entirely right now on the staff that's standing right behind you, taking care of those guys. I've been flattered by how many people have reached out, but I'm going to lean on administration as well as our current staff, because we have to protect the culture, and the timing of everything is very important. And I think also, too, with the recruits, I would like to loop them in with anything as well.
Coach, you mentioned Knoxville being a special place. Can you expand on that a little bit? What makes Knoxville and Rocky Top different than other college environments that you've been a part of?
Yeah, I mean, we talk about a ton of recruiting. It's got everything, right? You got the Smoky Mountains. If you want to go out on the lake, if you want to go to a quarry, you can go downtown, grab a bite to eat. There's so many good places to eat down here. That's probably one of my favorite things. But just to see the explosion and how much real estate has gone crazy here. But you have anything you could ever want within a 30-mile radius. But you also have the small town bubble of a college feel. Like on game day, this is the place to be in the state. But also, too, hey, if you want to go downtown, have a meal, or go out to the Smoky Mountains, it's just a good blend. No matter where kids are from, and we're going to take pride in recruiting kids coast to coast, you know, hey, they can come to this city and be like, hey, this is a little bit different. This place is special. And not only can I become the best baseball player in person possible, but I can have a great time living in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Well, Vince, Rick, and then Wes.
Hey, Josh, congrats. Now that you said it's about the players, tell me your assessment of the baseball team that you're taking over as head coach.
Right. Just really excited. I think there's some firepower on the mound. I think we have a different bullpen than we did last year. Again, I think flamethrowers is something we've always kind of hunted down in recruiting, always been 100-mile-an-hour arms. But when V and Frank and I and Ross went into the portal this year, had to make some changes. We wanted just a little bit more balance, maybe some lefty specialists, some cutter guys, some different looks, whether it be different slots, whether it be IVB guys, running heaters, sinkers, cutters. We just want to be hard to prepare for. On the pitching side, I'm so excited about the youth, the transfers. I think there's a good balance. And the most exciting thing is it's up to them to figure out where they're going to pitch. That's not going to change. That's always been the deal, but excited for the pitching staff. And offensively, clearly I'm biased, as always, on that side of the ball, but really like this group. I think we're dynamic, very athletic, and very versatile. So I think trust is going to be a big word, and as we move these guys around a little bit and figure out what positions work best, how do we mix that with talking with Stovall, whether it be matchups and analytics, and how do we blend that in to how we attack each game. But also, too, just being real with the players. Make sure they understand, like, they know what's going on the decision-making side, and they feel like they're looped into the process. But I'm just excited for this group and really say, just get a little bit better each day, but I can't wait to go to war with them this spring.
Hey, Josh, back here. Congratulations, first and foremost. Have you had a chance to speak to Coach Vitello since you've been hired? What did he tell you, if so? And then when this whole thing started to become a possibility, what was that like? What was going through your mind as this process began?
Yeah, great question. Coach V's been amazing throughout this whole process. We FaceTime shortly after signed the contract. He was on a plane in Atlanta. It was just simple. We're so different, and we've worked together for so long, but it was just, hey, congratulations, love you. He's got things to do, and let's move on. So what's the next task is something we've talked about a ton with our players. That'll be a theme here as well. But, again, he took a chance on me. I'll never take that for granted. But I think right now it's, hey, he knows I'm focused on this group right here, but I know we'll link up again plenty of times over the next month, 2 months. But he's a lifelong friend and mentor, and I will never take what I learned from him for granted.
Josh, when you were going into that, your interview with Danny and the committee and all those people, was there part of you that thought you kind of weren't just interviewing as yourself, you were sort of interviewing as all these players on this side of the room and all the staff on this side of the room? And if that was the case, did you talk to them ahead of time and say, hey, by the way, if I get this, you're staying, right?
Right. No, I think we just went in with a united front and a singular focus. The only avenue was I was going to go in there and prove that I was the guy for the job. That's really, and I put all my preparation into the interview process, but I just want to be authentic. That's it. I wanted to be comfortable in my own skin and throw my best punch. And if I wasn't the guy, then so be it. If Danny thought someone was better to lead this program, I would have 100% understood and supported him every single day. But again, there was some pressure, whatever, but again, I think this is a family here. We talk about it in recruiting, the real roots of all the time that we've spent together. That's not something we take for granted. So it was more so, hey, let's just go to battle one more time and see where the chips lie after that.
Time for a few more here. We'll go to Paige, Elijah, and we'll finish with Mike.
Congratulations. Obviously, the program has changed a ton since you all arrived on 2017. What would you say is the greatest lesson that you can carry with you from, the iconic lemonade stands with Tony to the $100 million renovations that you can carry into this new era?
Yeah, I think it's just attacking each day. We never really talked, it may sound crazy, like, hey, we got to win X amount of games or win this many championships. It was, do you have good habits and processes, and can you get buy-in from the players to get a little bit better each day? And then hold them accountable to being consistent over a long period of time. That's been our magic here. And then treating people right. Teach them how to be a pro. Teach them how to recover. Know that we have their backs, right? I think the family aspect is something that's thrown around a ton in recruiting, but I know these guys feel it, and then when recruits come in, it's authentic here. It's a little bit different, and we don't expect that to change.
I'm pretty sure this was the second no-brainer yes besides marrying your wife when Danny offered you the job. But getting your players here and nobody, when usually you take a job, most people want to decommit or transfer things, like everybody's staying. How much is that at ease at you to know what you have put to the table as a recruiter and now being as a head coach?
Yeah, I mean, we take pride in our relationships when recruiting, right? Even when we get a kid committed, it's just the beginning of an incredible journey. So just to give you a story, we commit Jordan Beck when he's, we just got here, junior in high school. You get to watch him go play. You go through the draft. He ends up turning it down to come to school. You get to grind in the cage, see the guy compete, develop, become a first rounder, and then fast forward 2 years ago, my wife and I get to go see him play in Yankee Stadium with the Rockies. And then I texted the video to Q pretty crazy. He does Q's pregame band routine on the field right before the game. So to me, that's what it's all about, the relationships and taking care of each other. It really is. But this is the easiest no-brainer of all time. I love this place and just excited to continue this show with the guys.
Ben, and then we'll finish with Mike.
Josh, I got two for you. Former players campaigning for you to get the job in those first 24, 36 hours. What did that mean to you? And what do you feel like you learned about your team last week in handling the situation with Tony?
Yeah, I just thought the team was incredibly professional last week. I mean, again, there was nobody asking V about it. We were just going through practice as normal, the most we could. But it was just so flattering. Honestly, it made me soft. I was emotional when I saw some of it. So I basically just tried to block it out, right? Because I didn't want our guys at practice to think something was going on or they were being left out of something. So, again, the relationship with these guys standing here and the former players, that'll never change. I think that's going to be the root of what we all do here. But I'll never forget their support, and I'll never take that for granted.
Mike, last question.
Yeah, Josh, just on the staff side of things, is the plan basically to roll with what you have, and how do you maybe reallocate some positions or assignments to some of those people with the way it's structured?
Yeah, definitely going to lean on administration throughout this process, right? This is the first time I've ever done this, but my focus is to take care of the people in the building first, not worry about anything externally. I think we have some of the best people at what they do in their positions, so they need to be taken care of the right way, and that's my main and sole focus. And all the roots we have, I'm just excited because we want stability for these guys in the building moving forward.
Thanks, everyone. We'll do a photo op here. My students, you can help me move this podium real fast.